Hi, this is Mary Kay with Country Music Matters, and we're introducing another new artist who has not been with us before. Welcome, Olivia Ooms.
Yes, Ohms.
Oh, I did that right. We've another Southern California gal.
Yeah.
How did you get from California country? What do you think about that whole scene to a Nashville, connection?
Well, I love the West Coast country kind of thing. It's bringing like a new wave of California country. I know Brett Young is from Huntington Beach, California, and I love just the fact that California and the West Coast is being introduced to more country music and bringing what we have to offer into Nashville. It's awesome.
And you are from Huntington Beach as well,
Yeah,
correct?
yes.
Have you always lived there? You grew up there?
Yes, born, raised. Yep.
Is your goal to come out here?
Yeah, after I go to a public high school, and so after I graduate high school, either move out here or go to college out here, one of the two, because I love it. It's great.
Seems your kids are getting younger and younger. Or
I
I'm
got-
getting
got
older.
start.
I haven't decided yet. You played a lot of places, but you played at the Troubadour in London.
Yeah, I did.
How was that, and what led to that?
That was fun. That was a really cool experience. It was very intimate, totally just like an underground, very low-key kind of place, and it was very on the whim. We went there to eat. I was singing at another event in London, and our friends who live there suggested that I go to the Troubadour and eat dinner, And there was a person playing, and my mom just asked the bartender there. They're like, how do people get to play here? And that was a couple years ago, and then they were like, well, come back tomorrow. We have a spot open if you want to sing. And I was like, okay. And I had my guitar with me, and so I came up and showed up, played, and it was really awesome.
Now, how were the people there, the crowds, the fans? Did they like?
At the Troubadour?
Yeah.
Well, the Troubadour in London's very small. And so it was just this was when I was probably in 6th or 7th grade.
Oh, wow, that's been a while,
I'm going to be a junior now.
Yeah. Well, that has been a while, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the 7th grade or something. So it's been a while, but it was nice. It was very intimate, but it was cool.
Have you been back to Europe since?
Yeah, the most recent time I was in Europe was Greece. I went to Greece this past summer, and Greece and Italy I went. And that was amazing. My mom was a flight attendant, so we travel a lot. And so I've been to Germany and France and Switzerland, Austria, all those. I love Germany.
Now, I'm sure being as an artist, you pay attention to the music over there. How do you look at it over there?
I love the different culture. Everywhere has a different style of music. Earlier today, I saw this poster. It said the periodic table of music genres, and it had every single different music genre. And I was like, that's so crazy that there's so many different styles of music that people like and make out there. And I love just the different types different types of music that they produce over in Europe. It's awesome.
Where do you play around in California? It's becoming more with the festivals and the smaller little venues.
Yeah, for sure. I do a little bit of everything. I do big things like this event called Coastal Country Jam, and there I opened up for Lady Antebellum and Old Dominion. That was really cool. Back in September, and I also do restaurants. I perform at fairs, festivals. There's a Tuesday night street fair down by where I live, and they do that every Tuesday night. So I go down and sing there a couple times out of the year, and that's really fun. And I just try to get as much opportunity under my belt as I can.
Now, what did you? When you watched Lady Antebellum and Old Dominion, what did you learn from them? I mean, what did you take away from all that?
Two completely different things. One with Lady Antebellum, because they've been doing this for so long, and they're so experienced, and they were very professional. You could tell that they really knew what they were doing, and they just had they had planned out what they were going to do and everything like that, and it was really structured, but they put on an amazing show. They sounded great. It was awesome. And then with Old Dominion, because they're newer to the country music scene, but I absolutely love Old Dominion. I was stoked to see them live, and they were amazing. But I noticed that they looked like they were having the time of their lives, and it was funny because Matt, who's the lead singer of the band, he forgot some of the lyrics to his own song, and so he messed it up, and you could tell. But he wasn't mad at himself. He was just kind of laughing with his bandmates, and you could just sense that funness. That I don't even know if that's a word. Yeah, you could just sense
it is
the fun.
now.
Yeah,
it is
you
now.
could sense the fun he was having on stage with his bandmates, and that transferred to how fun the crowd was.
Well, the saying is, they say if you find a job you like, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, and I definitely think he gets that.
I mean, it's hard work what you guys do, and especially you as young and trying to make your path. It is hard.
Yeah, it is.
It's very hard.
It is difficult, and I'm tired just after these 2 days of CMA Fest, but I think it's worth it. I love music, and I love everything about it, and meeting people that like listening to my music. It's a really great experience.
Are you from a musical family? Did you have country influences?
My mom's from Iowa. That's about as country as my family gets, which is really funny. My brother and my guitar teacher introduced me to country music, and my parents don't play musical instruments. My musical background, I guess, comes from my grandma's side, my mom's side. But no one's really that musical. My aunt plays piano and sings a little bit, but there's no really clear definition of where this came from.
Now, have your parents like ever looked at you and said, "Are you sure this is what you want to do?"
Yeah, my mom always tells me, she's always like, if this gets too much, like if you don't want to handle it, like we can stop. I'm like, no, Mom, this is what I want to do, because it gets tricky. Because I've always said to my mom and just everyone that I meet and work with, pretty much, that I want to stay in high school. I want to finish. I want to graduate, with my class, because that's kind of a promise that I made to myself, a promise that I made to my friends, and that kind of stuff. And obviously, if a big opportunity were to knock, like if Shelton was like, "Do you want to open for you on tour?" Like, sure. I mean, sure, I do that. But like, other than that, it's just a kind of thing that I really want to like stay in high school.
Now, would you consider trying out for like America's Got Talent or The Voice or something like that?
No, I've never been too interested in those kind of reality shows and like the singing competitions. It's never been like an interest of mine, and never been my path, and I really enjoy the way that I do it more organically, and I love it.
Now, you were at one point involved, you performed for over 4,000 military families with the Snowball Express.
Yeah.
Tell people what that's about.
All right, well, that was a while ago too. That was probably when I was in 7th grade, but that was a really crazy opportunity. Since my mom is involved in the airlines, that's how I got signed up to sing at the Snowball Express. And that was a really cool opportunity. That was in Texas, and it was basically a celebration. It was a week celebration. They had parades and concerts and all this kind of stuff, celebrating the military families and thanking them for their service and providing a really awesome show. So that was really cool.
Now, you're involved now with Radio Disney?
Yeah, their new station, RDU. It's available on the Radio Disney app, and it's a little section of their station. And so my songs are being played on there along with a lot of other artists, and it's a really cool opportunity to be involved in a new generation and a new wave of artists and music.
And that's big in California. The Radio Disney,
Yeah,
it's
very
there,
big.
right?
Yeah, very
Okay. Now, you have a band?
Yeah, my band's Olivia Ooms, and they're her sisters, and we basically play my originals that I've written and play some covers, a mix of country and classic rock, and it's not really, we don't produce our own original music together. It's just my music and then we play it. So it's kind of a band to like back me up rather than we like make our own music.
Are these people you've known, friends of yours, or?
No, I met them. I was doing a recording session for a classic rock CD, and they were the band that was playing on the tracks. And at that point, I was like, Mom, I kind of really want a band, like. It's fun playing by myself, but I feel like it'd be really cool to have people backing me up, and so I could do live music rather than just tracks. And so we talked to them, and they were totally down. So I've been with them for about 2 years.
Do you feel that with the band, you have a bigger energy crowd?
Yes, for sure. I feel like having a band really draws in more people, just because for some reason louder music, more people, more instruments that people can look at and watch and like. So I really do enjoy performing with the band and having that energy behind me, and not always having to worry about playing. I mean, not that it's hard to play guitar for me, but like, not worrying about my guitar, but having other people play the instruments.
Now, being as young as you are, is it maybe not difficult, but when you write your songs, do you kind of gear towards things? Or is it hard gearing towards adult things as opposed
I try to gear towards my experiences that I have and any way that I'm feeling. Also, just if I hear something on the street that kind of sounds cool, or if someone tells me like something, just I write it down, and so I can always go back and visit it. Especially what adults have to say, they always have pretty good advice. So I like to write about everything, just whatever I'm feeling. I can't really force, something to write about.
So you have songs stockpiled?
Yeah, I have a lot of ideas stockpiled too. Yeah.
Now, are you still involved with the, was it COA community?
Oh, COA, yeah.
COA.
I am actually heavily involved with them. It stands for Community Outreach Alliance, and that takes place in San Clemente, which is about an hour or so from where I live. And it's basically promoting for kids and teens to stay off drugs and not promoting healthy alternatives to doing alcohol or drugs or anything like that. And so I love what they stand for, and the owners of the organization are so sweet. They've been nothing but nice to me, and it's really an honor being able to work with them. And yeah, so I do a lot of stuff with their music side of the thing, and also helping when they go paddleboarding or when they do sports. They do all sorts of activities, and they're really fun.
And you have a good platform for that. And being young, you can associate with the
Yeah,
younger
for sure.
kids, and they look up to you and say, well, look what she's doing.
Yeah.
And, their dreams do come true.
Yeah.
You have to work hard at some of them.
You have to work hard,
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
what's going on the rest of the year? You got any music out now or new songs coming up?
My EP is out. It's called Thoughts of You, and that's available on every platform. iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, all that kind of stuff. And that has 5 songs in it. That was released in early March, end of February. And so that's kind of like the big thing that happened to me this year. And I mean, CMA Fest is awesome. I'm writing new music always, and I'm actually going to be coming back at the end of the month to record some new stuff. And also, I have a very big announcement, but I can't say anything about it.
Okay, we have a
But-
teaser here.
I know, I'm sorry, but it has to do with my music video because I had a music video out and then I had to privatize it, and it'll be re-released under
Okay.
something. But it's very exciting, so I'm super excited.
What has been your biggest challenges, do you feel?
My biggest challenges, I guess, I'm like a people pleaser, so I want to please everybody, and so I guess like trying to make everybody happy, but still understand like if I don't know how to explain this, but like I never want to do something if like I don't really want to do it. Like if I'm not like, oh yeah, I really want to do it, then I'm never really like into it. But I always like want to make people happy, so I feel like I need to. So it's just like I guess finding a balance of learning how to say no, but also knowing when it's time to say yes.
So when do you anticipate maybe moving to Nashville?
Probably 2020 because that's when I graduate high school. And
Have you thought about college or maybe
Yeah.
just taking some business? Business is very good to know in this
music,
in this business.
Yeah, because if music doesn't work out or if it's still developing, I'm looking at like Belmont or Vanderbilt, something like that. It's here in Nashville because I want to go there and looking into music business and audio engineering so I can do a lot of behind the scenes and just know the ropes, and then I can, if it happens, then I can do a lot of that kind of stuff on my own, and I don't need like.
Well, we have really appreciated you spending time with us. It's always nice to meet new people.
Yeah, it's really
So
nice to
where
talk
can
to
people
you.
find you at?
Well, you can go to my website, oliviaooms.com, and it has all the links to my YouTube and Instagram, everything, or it's at the Olivia Ooms, O-O-M-S is how you spell my last name, and yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you, Olivia. Enjoy the rest of CMA Fest.
Thank you, you as well.